Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is Avengers Infinity War spoiler stream live. Many of you know we do a lot of Walking Dead chat, but we had to at least do a stream to start talking about the Avengers movie and so many things going down, because even in streams yesterday with Walking Dead, there was a lot of excitement and everybody wanted to chime in and talk about how great this movie was. So I did see it over the weekend, but a lot of good stuff is going on with Walking Dead. So I want to get the group together. Some people will be watching this in the playback, which is understandable, because I know some people didn't see it on opening weekend. They're going to see it all throughout the week. This will contain spoilers. We will talk about the show. As your humble host, I will tell you that I am not an all-knowing Marvel expert. I do have a Marvel encyclopedia that I can refer to if you guys need to know about specific characters. We can definitely throw it out there. But watching the movie, and I usually go to watch these Marvel movies just for sheer entertainment, whereas I know a lot of people are digging down and they're really dissecting it and all the hidden clues and Easter eggs and all of those. So I'm going to learn probably as much from many of you in these streams as you'll learn from me talking about it. And we're going to talk about several things that went down. So once again, this will contain spoilers, actual events that happened. So, maybe you'll hear them and still like the movie. I'm sure you will. We do got a couple super chatters here already. Pete D says, have no interest in Avengers, but figured stop by anyway. Pete, you also said that about Fear the Walking Dead. So just go out and check out the movie. It is amazing. You don't even have to know all the back history to really enjoy it. And Valar says, Pete, love the Avengers and glad you stopped by. Wouldn't be the same without you. That's what I'm talking about. That's the family atmosphere. So Dario says, why was Rocket the only Guardian that survived? So I guess the first thing that we're going to have to address is how many people died or potentially died on the show. And we know those they can't be long term, because there's upcoming movies. There's a Guardian of the Galaxy movie coming up, and they're not going to all be like Han Solo movies where they go back in time. Now, that does take away some of the future impact when you know that the stone can just take you back in time and people can come back to life. So a couple of things from the movie is I had no idea that Captain Marvel was evidently as powerful as she is. And I know there's a Captain Marvel movie coming out, but that was a little bit of the cryptic, last part of it to the group's going to get back together. But there's several people, obviously, that look like they're temporary deaths, and then there's several people just weren't in the show. And Chosen One says, any theories for Avengers 4? No. I mean, it's kind of an open book. The spoilers with those come out extremely early, though. In talking about this movie, I saw some people had posted spoilers months ago. So it wasn't a big secret. It's just people weren't out there looking for, I guess. So Eric Johnson says, fear is that they wrote themselves into a corner, just like X-Men. Well, because I guess in the future we don't know which deaths are going to be permanent. I think Loki's death is going to be permanent. I don't think they can bring Loki back again, can they? So let me throw this out there for the group. Do you guys think Loki is gone at this point? But I can tell you, there's no way that Black Panther is not coming back to life. I mean, there's going to be a sequel to Black Panther. Yeah, I think Loki's gone too for good. And Gamora, I don't think Gamora is gone for good, because we got to see that little kind of snapshot of young Gamora again. So that's one part that I didn't really understand. Like, I understood the ending and him resting and everything. So did he somehow bring Gamora back as a child? Did he go back in time and rescue her so she's still alive, but she's at a younger age? Because there was that one scene that was slipped in there when he snapped his fingers and, she basically said, is everything done? And he was still upset about it. And the next thing you know, he's by himself. So I'm almost thinking like she's going to grow back up kind of like Groot. Yeah, I think Vision's gone. Because remember, in order to get the Soul Stone, he had to sacrifice, and he sacrificed her. So I'm almost wondering if he sacrificed her to get the Soul Stone, and then he went back in time to bring her as a child. I will say, I saw the movie Doctor Strange when it came out. Was it last year? And he seemed much, much more powerful in this movie than I ever thought before. Yeah. Good point. So Valar says, just a hint, remember when Doctor Strange said there's one scenario, and that's why he saved Iron Man. So out of, he looked in the Time Stone and said there were 14 million scenarios. And how many had them winning? And there was only one. So he definitely chose the one that was the only chance that they had. So Zelda says Vision comes back colorless in the comic. Well, that would be interesting, right? Because he was colorless in the movie at the very end. That's a good point. Rocket, the Thor called him a rabbit. That was great. There's some really, really good comic relief in there. So here's some of the characters that could potentially... So we know Hulk's alive, but Hulk can't turn into Hulk. Captain America, I'd heard rumors Captain America could die. He's good. He's still there. But let me throw this out there. So we've got Captain Marvel. We've got Ant-Man and Wasp, and we know Ant-Man and Wasp have a movie coming out. Hawkeye was AWOL. And I'm just going to throw this out there for the group. You really hardcore comic fans. Could Venom... There's a Venom movie coming out. Could Venom make a play? I know it'd be a stretch. But could Venom actually help? I mean, there have been issues where Venom has teamed up with people. Yeah, just wanted to kind of throw it out there. I mean, I'm looking at the upcoming movies, and I know Captain Marvel's not due to come out until, I guess, spring of next year. So by the time they get another sequel to this, it's going to be next summer. So you're going to throw a lot of different names out there, honestly, that I'm not overly familiar with. But it would be funny if, if Ant-Man could just kind of get up there undetected. Find a way to take some of the gems. Yeah, you know what? I'm seeing a lot of that. That Captain Marvel is mega strong. But my Marvel Encyclopedia doesn't hype Captain Marvel up quite that much. That's what's interesting. Right. Ronan was the one that Star-Lord wanted to have the dance-off with. Okay, different Ronan? Fair enough. But going back and watching Guardians of the Galaxy and seeing that Ronin, that looks like kind of a weak villain compared to what we're seeing now. Really? Captain Marvel is that strong? So, get this. I'm sure they'll find a way to bring Black Panther back. But I did read somewhere that Marvel Studios did not know or have any idea how successful Black Panther was going to be, and they just finished filming when they started filming Avengers. So, you know, as the numbers start coming in, well, if they were ever going to kill him, there's no way that that's going to happen now. Because, I mean, before this movie, it was the highest grossing Marvel's movie of all time. Wow. You know what? I'm going to do more research on this. Valar is saying that she would be more powerful than Superman. All right. You guys have definitely piqued my interest on this. So Deidre wants to know, why can't they turn reality back like Thanos did with Vision? They don't have a way to do it. No stones. Well, you know, I got to be honest. I saw the little logo and I started flipping through the book and I saw Captain Marvel with that logo on her outfit, and then I started reading through, and yeah, I mean, it did say she was powerful, but it just didn't like she wasn't Silver Surfer powerful. All right, so you know what I'm going to do? Hold on. I am going to grab the Marvel Encyclopedia, and I'm going to throw a few names out there, and let me know if you think they could potentially help save the universe. Hold on one second. Okay, everybody, I am back, and believe it or not, this thing has dust on it. This was a gift, and it's kind of a neat thing. Marvel Encyclopedia, and it is the updated and expanded. So if there's someone you would like to know some lore or some history, and in fact, if you guys would like to start talking Avengers and movies, and you'd like to see that on the 999 channel, and talk about various characters, then let me know. Make sure you like this video, comment on it, and I will do a little bit more research, and we will certainly start getting into the legend and the lore. But I am going to ask, what is off limits and what's not off limits? Like, could we see a... All right, it does have some Infinity War stuff in here. I mean, you got like Red Skull, Rogue, Sabretooth. All right, we got a whole bunch of stuff in here. So you guys are going to have to help me with a few of these things. She-Hulk. Okay, so here's my question for the group, and just humor me a little bit. Could and if you answer this question, I'm going to ask it one more time. Could a Silver Surfer type being. And because a while ago, I had heard Silver Surfer was one of the most powerful comic book characters of all time. There were these collectible cards that were out there. And, they basically went through different comics and shows you win-loss percentage. And I had always kind of gone through my mind that Silver Surfer was almost invincible. So, any chance that we see some of these? And when you see all these movies and you're trying to sort it out, you have to. So that's why I think a few of these would be, they'd definitely be helpful for me. Because it's going to get my legend and my lore and what's believable and what's not believable. So Zelda Fast says Captain Marvel would kind of just destroy Silver Surfer. Okay. I'm going to take your word for it. I mean, I can't put up a strong enough argument at this point, but you give me a month and let me do a little bit of my research. All right, so I'm going to pull up Captain Marvel and just tell you guys a little bit. Oh, Carnage looks vicious. You don't want to mess with Carnage. All right, so there are 2 pages. There's Captain Marvel, and then there's Captain Marvel, formerly Miss Marvel of the Avengers. U.S. Air Force. Real name is Carol Danvers. She's from New York City, 5'11", 124. Blonde hair, blue eyes. First appearance, Marvel Superheroes number 13, which was 1968. Whoa, this is some hardcore stuff. So the friend, son, daughter, there's a lot of history. And I don't have time to read through all the history during the stream. So Captain Marvel was a member of the Kree, which is an alien humanoid race who built an empire known as the Greater Magellantic? It's almost like Magellantic Cloud. Captain Marvel was a white Kree with the same skin color as Caucasian Earth humans. And he's a captain of the Kree Space Fleet. So Marvel distinguished himself in battles against the shape-changing Skrulls. So Captain Marvel, wife of Captain Marvel, is that what we're kind of figuring out here? Well, Fluff, it's like anything else. When you pour yourself into something, yes, you give me a month, I will. If I really devote myself to these streams and talking Avengers and talking comics, we can do a comic stream. I mean, we can roll the dice here and talk about anything. So I don't know that this book. Oh, hang on. Here we go. We got some powers. That's what you guys want to see. You want to see the powers. All right. So under the power section says possesses the ability to fly, enhance strength, damage, resistance, and the ability to absorb and rechannel energy. So when I saw that, I wasn't overly like, okay, that's super, super strong. I mean, if I compare that to other people's power section. So let's go to Captain Marvel. So Captain Marvel says thanks to his Kree Negabands. Marvel possessed great strength. He could lift 10 tons. So, yeah, everything I'm reading about the guy version seems super strong, and I think they nerfed her back in the day, and now they're gonna buff her up. I think they're gonna give her powers are going to be enhanced. I mean, it's a little vague, so don't get me wrong. I mean, there's like a 3-page section on Thor and like a 3-page section on the Hulk. And they kind of gloss over her, and I know everybody is hyping up her abilities now, but I do think that, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong here. Was she that big of a deal in the comics? So Drama King says she can take anyone's powers and strengths and use it against them. All right. I mean, clearly I'm going to read through because there's so many of these. I mean, even Captain... Okay, look. Seriously, Captain America gets like 4 pages. And Captain Marvel gets like 1 page. And, you know, his powers, well, obviously strong allies, but the super soldier. And I just, you know, I don't see Captain America in that same light. Like, to me, he's a buffed up Hawkeye. I'm going to offend some comic book fans the more I talk about, like, strengths and weaknesses. Any chance we see Howard the Duck? Can Howard the Duck jump in there and help the group out? I'm just going to, you know, at this point, I'm going to hold out for Captain Marvel, Ant-Man, Hawkeye, and maybe, you know, we get a... I don't know that Eddie Brock would have any incentive to help the group. Well, absolutely. So Scarlet Witch, no doubt. But, wait, she's gone though, right? I think she's gone. All right, so I'm going to throw a few names out there for you guys of Marvel characters that we didn't see, and the question is, could we see them? Deadpool. You're going to have to kind of catch me up in the time frame. So why wouldn't we see someone like Deadpool or Daredevil? D&D. I'm going to have to look up Infinity War 2 in this book because it does have a nice little section on Infinity War. and then the Illuminati. All right, Infinity. You know what? It's only got one page. Okay. And we're going to do another stream, but I want this to be the introductory stream and talk about the movie a little bit. So, how does the group defeat Thanos in the comics? My question. See, that's the type of questions I want when you guys are saying, could Professor X, could this person, could that person? That's what I want to kind of think about. Remove the gauntlet? That's what they did? So who removed the gauntlet? And how did they remove the gauntlet? Nebula. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it's still floating, right? There's still possibility for that. So here's the commitment I'm going to make to you guys, and we will do more of these streams because I'm gonna learn it. I've actually learned a ton just by reading the comments. So Captain Marvel will be back. We got a pretty powerful Thor. I mean, don't get me wrong. Thor almost had Thanos. Should have kept him from snapping his fingers. Should have cut his arm off. Not put that axe through his heart. We still got pretty much the Avengers. The Hulk is going to have to find his mojo. So if you can get everybody kind of together and with one mission, I think they got enough. Yeah, but I mean, you still got a powerful Thor. And you still got Tony Stark. So I'm not giving up. I know half of the Avengers are not just the Avengers. Pretty much half of the Marvel Universe is gone. All right, we're going to kind of dig into this a little bit deeper. Here's what I want to do with you guys and the commitment that I'm going to make. So we will add an Avengers, won't just be an Avengers, we will add a Marvel stream to the 999 Gaming channel. And we're going to get our core group of people together. We're going to talk about movies, upcoming movies, all of the above. It's just going to be another, Kel, you and I will work together to find a place to add this to the calendar. It's funny. Which mods do we have here? So, Kel, are you the only mod that's here right now? I think you're the only one that I've seen. Yeah. It's funny because Tom and Steph were super hyped up to talk about this. And I did this stream and they're not here. They were like chomping at the bit. But yeah, we'll get them involved in the next one. All right, but we got 40, 50 people here, so I'm going to ask the group here. If you guys would like to see a regular Marvel stream to talk about movies, characters, potential battles, all of the above, give me a quick 999 in chat. If we can get a lot of people interested in this, then I'll do my homework. I'll start playing Marvel games. I'll check out all the movies. I'll dig into it a little bit deeper. I'll start taking notes when we're talking about this stuff and really make this kind of a regular thing. All right, it looks like pretty sure I'm having my work cut out for me. Because I want to know questions like, why can't Daredevil help? Where is Daredevil? And I know, they can't put everybody in the movie, but are they in a different time, in a different place? Were they killed off at this point in Infinity War? Did they die in a previous comic? There's a lot of stuff that could go into play when we ask these questions like, where's such and such and why aren't they helping? But, I want to create some theories and maybe we can come up with some pretty solid predictions. So, all right, everybody, I want to say thank you for being here. This is a little bit of a recap. We did touch on kind of some of the events and good dialogue and good back and forth. We're going to wind the stream down at this point because we do have a Fear the Walking Dead Nick tribute, I guess. We're going to talk about Nick on The Walking Dead. If you haven't watched it yet, you'll know it's going to be a lot about Nick, and there's some major stuff that went down. So that stream will be at 9:30. I want to thank everybody for being here. As promised, we did get some of the conversation out there, and we will continue this dialogue going forward. Look for it within the next few days. My name's Killshot. Give this video a thumbs up, and thanks so much for watching the Marvel Studios Avengers Infinity War spoiler stream by 999 Gaming. Thanks, everybody. I will see you at 9:30 if you are a Fear the Walking Dead fan. Peace.